So I had a dream. My husband and I were in the process of moving back together. He was the one taking the initiative to move back in, which speaks to me about readiness. There was chaos and several people in the background as well. I happened to be busy and he was helping me, giving me a hand. And I remember in the dream feeling that relief as to, wow, he's finally helping me. I'm finally having the help that I need. And I also remember seeing his strong arm. I also remember having a child in the dream and being very concerned about taking care of the child, because deep inside of me, I knew I had to care for this child. This child was a toddler. He was about little over a year, maybe year and a half or so. And this child represents a ministry. Now, there is a representation of kingdom work that you have been undertaking on your own. Although God has allowed this to happen, you are still in need of the other person to fulfill the assignment that the Lord has for both of you. The sense of relief that I felt in the dream when he came and took over and started helping and moving furniture and moving things around, represents an area that has been particularly heavy for you to carry, where you have been in need of her or his support. Seeing his arm represents the help and the support that you will be getting once you guys come together from your God-ordained spouse. This help is not just in the physical, it will also be in the spiritual. This person will do some heavy lifting for you, because this person will be your complement in an area where you are not as strong as you think you are. Then we go into another scene of the dream, and as we're gathering things together and stuff like that, he and I were able to talk and clear up the air about what had happened during the time of separation. Honestly, I don't remember what the conversation was about. I just know it took place in the dream. So this represents the clear and honest communication that your God-ordained person will have with you. For the ones of you that will endure marriage for the first time with this person, you guys will hear from them little things that are extremely crucial before coming together in a marriage ordained by the Lord. For the ones of you who have been separated, this person will open up to you and will, bring so much clarity, and the doubt will be gone, because this person will come clean. What happened, what took place behind the scenes when you guys were apart. So after we were done with this conversation, he left because he went to his previous home to pick up the rest of his belongings to continue with the move. So I decided to give him a call so we can just talk as he was driving back to his other place. And then I noticed one thing, that when I dialed his number, it went straight to voicemail, and that left me a little bit defeated in the dream. So suddenly a woman appeared in the dream, someone who I thought or perceived was either a mom or a family member of high influence. So she grabbed a phone that was nearby, and then she called his workplace asking for him. So as I happened to be close by, I was able to hear when the other person answered on the other line. And she said, so-and-so did not make it to work today. He called out because he had an emergency. So I got the impression in the dream that he had called out because he wanted to take the time to fulfill the move. Now this part represents people wanting to influence and control the fact that you guys are both coming together. I have to mention that in the process of my husband moving in and helping with the move and all that stuff, he was very joyful, he was very upbeat, and he was smiling quite a bit. So the Lord confirmed to me that they are very happy, very joyful to come into one accord with heaven and their God-ordained spouse. Now let's go back to the dream, and one thing I noticed was that the house or apartment where I was at was very messy. It was very dirty, and it was also dark. You probably think, well, yes, when you are in a process of a move, things get messy, but no, this was another kind of messiness. Now there was a little bar area where there was a plastic cup of 7-Eleven, and this cup was very dirty and it had Coca-Cola stains. It seemed like it had not been used in a very long time. Somehow I assumed that that was my husband's cup. Then I woke up. Now for the purpose of the video, I'm going to go ahead and research the Strong Concordance Hebrew meaning of the number 7-Eleven, even though I don't remember seeing the number 7-Eleven on the cup. But since I mentioned the 7-Eleven because that was the representation that the cup gave me, as a description, then I'm going to go ahead and read it. By the way, the Lord had already given me that revelation of the particular cup, and that's aligned with what I'm about to read. So shortness, impatience, and which shortness of spirit, that is impatient. Short, impatient in size, number, life strength, from short weather in size, number, life strength, or temper, few, hasty, small, soon. So that is going to align with what I'm about to read to you guys. So basically the messy, dark apartment represents the environment where these people are. These people that want to control, these people that want to manipulate, these people that want to influence these godly ordained spouses. And here it is, the 7-Eleven plastic cup with the Coca-Cola stains represents the past of your godly ordained spouse. This is before coming to Christ, and by the cup not being used for a very long time represents them stepping out of their old ways and not looking back. The cup represents the worldly ways and sins your spouse comes from. They are now a new creature in Jesus Christ, and the old has passed. They are not perfect, but they are willing to submit to God's will over their lives. Be prepared for chaos. This is a warning. As God ordained marriages and restoration marriages come together, this will not be peaches and cream. The enemy will fight these unions due to the assignment that heaven has released over you guys. Satan does not want to see what the Lord has brought together to come to fruition. These unions will be a powerful force in the darkness. The devil knows both of you belong together, and he knows God was the one who put you guys together to be able to walk in purpose and execute his will. And that's the last thing the enemy wants to see. They have no understanding, they have no godly wisdom, no discernment whatsoever. So they will judge this situation based in their own perspective, based in their own perception. And they will intend to bring things from your past to manipulate the situation and to have you break up. Communication will be another area that the enemy will attack heavily once these unions come together. He will obstruct and he will prevent clear communication, allowing misunderstandings to take place, leaving you defeated, and that is his goal, okay? So rebuke a spirit of Leviathan in the powerful name of Jesus, because spirit of Leviathan moves heavily in marriages with pride and miscommunication. You need to know that relationships that are not godly ordained come together almost with no effort. And this is because the enemy lays down the foundation, so they're not a threat for hell. Now, godly ordained marriages will go to major turbulence, coming together and remaining together, more so than the two individuals who do not belong together. You have graduated, you have gone to another level, therefore the attacks will increase. You have to be prepared and do not faint over the things that used to throw you off before. This is not a fight that will be fought in the flesh. This is a spiritual fight, Ephesians 6:12. This is no longer about you two, rather than about the assignment the Lord has for you both.